everyone. Welcome to the Morning Brew for Tuesday, the 2nd of September. My name is Scott, W2BLT. I'll be handling the first hour with Vicki on the log, and then we'll turn it over to Al, K8BAC up in Britain, Michigan, with his spiffy new internet. This is net number 1041 for those keeping score. And just want to remind everybody, 8 o'clock tonight right here on the Reflector, we have the TechNet. Want to remind everybody, call districts are a thing of the past on the TechNet right now. We'll be taking general check-ins, text check-ins, email check-ins. That way people don't have to wait around all night or wait for the late and mist even. Today's question, easy one. Have you ever hung wallpaper? Now I know a lot of your wives are out there laughing right about now. But have you ever hung wallpaper? Easy question. Let me acknowledge these text check-ins, and then we'll take our mobiles. We had VA3, GLJ, Greg, N4, RSM, Richard, KD9, YUZ, Jimmy, KQ9, KX, Paul, KC2, NGV, Wayne, W9, AFK, Adam, W9, QJQ, Keith, KM4, WZD, Joe, KA8, BYU, Roy, K4, GDS, Gil, N6QDY, David, KE2EIO, Michael, VE3XTD, Eric, KD8BFY, Roland, and KJ5GUY, Guy, and that's the order they came in. Alrighty, let's take mobiles, and please, if you're mobile, please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
Kilo Zulu 4, Juliet, November. Kilo Zulu 4, Juliet, November, mobile.
Kilo 4, Kilo Zulu, KK4, KZZ, mobile.
Kilo 4, Kilo Tango, Oscar. Kilo 4, Oscar, mobile.
Kilo Foxtrot 6, Hotel Delta Juliet. Kilo Foxtrot 6, Hotel Delta Juliet, mobile.
Alrighty, we'll hold it up there. Let me recognize these and we'll see if we missed anybody. I got KZ4JN Anders, KK4 KZ Mark, W4 PPX Don, and KF6HDJ Brent. Was there any other mobiles in there that we missed?
Go Oscar. Kilo Tango, Oscar, mobile.
All right, that Tango Oscar, you're a little bit broken up. Can you try it one more time, twice?
Kilo 4, Kilo Tango, Oscar, K4, KTO.
Alrighty, Stanley, we got you that time. All right, let's go to the top of this list. KZ4JN, Anders in Gainesville, Florida. And tell me, Anders, have you ever hung wallpaper?
Good morning, Scott, Vic, and everyone else on the Brew crew. I hope everyone had a good day yesterday. Yes, I have absolutely put up a lot of wallpaper, more than I ever care to do again. I hope everyone will have a great day and a good week. This is KZ4JN, back to you.
Thanks, Anders. Safe travels there. Appreciate you being here. KK4 KZZ, Mark down in Gainesville, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Personally, no, I have not hung wallpaper. Just to help my parents a little bit when I was younger. Now, they could do some really good work on that. But I have not done any wallpaper. And look forward to doing that. I think I'll paint instead. And I'm not one to like painting either. So, have a great day, everybody. Great week. KK4KZZ.
All right, thank you, Mark. Yeah, I've wallpapered before, and I can safely say that it will never happen again. Next up, Don, W4 PPX in Hollywood. Good morning, Don.
Morning, Scott, and everybody on the Brew crew this morning. I have a little bit in the past. One time I saved my mom, came home from school, and she climbed up on top of the refrigerator to get behind it and do some wallpaper, and then kicked a chair out from under her, so she was stuck up there for an hour waiting for me to get home. 7-3, hope everybody has a good day. W4, BPX clear.
I'm sorry, just the visual on that's good enough for me. Have a good day, Don. Thanks for joining us. KF6HDJ, Brent in Pensacola, Florida. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew crew. No, I cannot say I've ever had the pleasure of hanging wallpaper. Hope everybody has a great week, and catch tomorrow morning. KF6HDJ Mobile.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us this morning, Brent, and you have yourself a fine day. And last of the mobiles, K4KTO, Stanley down in Leesburg, Florida. Good morning, Stanley. Have you ever hung wallpaper?
Good morning to everyone on the Brew crew this morning. Yes, I worked in a mobile home plant right out of high school, and part of that job include hanging wallpaper, so yes, I have.
It's one way to hang wallpaper, get paid for it. Thanks for joining us, Stanley, and you have yourself a great day. Let me acknowledge a couple more text check-ins here, and then we'll take all the text check-ins. We had W3CBE, Chuck, K1MCOJ, and KQ4EFY, Tim. Let's go to the top of this list. VA3GLJ, Greg up in Cartier, Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Greg.
Well, good morning, Scott, and good morning to the Brew crew. Currently 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius. Fall feels like it's around the corner. Answer to your question is yes, even though it's not my favorite thing to do. I have done it for a friend, but I personally would never do it in my house. Everybody have a great day in 73, VA3JLJ.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, Greg. Have yourself a fine day. And for RSM, Richard in Sumter, South Carolina. Good morning.
No, I've never done it, and I won't be doing it, and some things are worth paying somebody to do. Y'all have a great day. 73.
You got that right. Have a good day, Richard. Next up, KD9, YUZ, Jimmy in Wakarusa, Indiana. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody on the Morning Brew. Yes, I've helped my wife hang wallpaper in the past. I absolutely hate the stuff, and I will never do it again, guaranteed. Everybody have a great day. KD9, YUZ, back to net.
Alrighty, Jimmy, have a good day, and thanks for joining us. KQ9 at KX, Paul in La Pointe, Wisconsin. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Nope, I agree with Richard. I would rather pay somebody to do the things I don't have the patience for. Have a great day. KQ9KX.
Alrighty, Paul. Thanks for joining us. Have yourself a fine day. Let's go down to Belmore, New York. KC2NJV. Good morning, Wayne.
Morning and happy post Labor Day, Scott and the rest of the crew. Yes, I have assisted in hanging wallpaper. I actually sold the stuff for a while. Not fun on either account. Have a great day.
Alrighty, thanks, Wayne. And I think, you know, if the wife and you are doing wallpaper, you are the helper. Have a good day. W9 AFK Adam in Downers Grove, Illinois. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Put me down for an absolute, definite no way. There's no way. No, it's just no. W9AFK back to net.
Okay, I think I took that as a no. Have a good day, Adam. Thanks for joining us. This is W2BLT. Next up, W9QJQ. Keith in Gleason, Wisconsin. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody here on the Brew Crew. Yeah, I'll have to say that's a big no because I've taken it down. I think that's just as bad as putting it up. So, no. I will never, ever hang wallpaper.
Alrighty, thanks, Keith. Yeah, some of it has a label on it that says removable, easy to remove. No. KM4WZD, Joe in Claremont, Florida. Good morning, Joe. And have you ever hung wallpaper?
I have not hung wallpaper. Now, I have been present when it happened. I watched my parents when I was a young lad. I saw the atrocity committed, and unfortunately I did nothing to stop them. But no, I have not personally hung wallpaper. Everybody take care. Happy Tuesday, even though it feels like a Monday. It's KM4 WZD. Back to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Joe. Appreciate you joining us. Let's go to Roy, KA8YU in Blaisdell, New York. Good morning, Roy.
Everybody on the Brew, KA8BYU. No, I can say that's one thing I've never done, and from what I hear, I don't want to. Hope to see everybody on the TechNet tonight. Back to you.
Alrighty, Roy, you have yourself a good day, and thanks for joining us. Next up, Gil, K4GDS in Orlando, Florida. Good morning, Gil. K4GDS, Gil, are you with me? Well, we'll come back to Gil in a minute. How about N6QDY, David out in Sacramento, California? Good morning.
My radio.
Okay, I think I got it. Hey, good morning, Scott, Vicky, the Brew Crew, and everybody in the Zoom control room, N6QDY. Answer to your question, no. I've never done that before. Back to net control. Everybody have a great day. N6QDY.
All right, thank you, David. Appreciate you joining us. Let's go to KE2EIO. Michael in Elman, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, everybody. Did it once, and it looked like something the Three Stooges did for abstract art. I'll never do it again, and I think from now on. This is KE2EIO 73, everybody, and back to net control. Thank you.
Alrighty. Thank you, Michael. You know, I don't know how something that is so easy for the wife to do and can be such a pain in the neck for us. I just don't understand it. Let's go to VE3XTD, Eric in Gravenhurst, Ontario. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, everybody. No, I haven't, and I have no wish to ever attempt.
Alrighty, thanks, Eric. Have a nice day. Let's see. Let's go back up and see if Gil's in there. K4 GDS. Are you with me, Gil? Well, moving right along. Let's go to KD8 BFY. Roland in Troy, Michigan. Good morning.
About that, KD8 BF, my mom a bit, well, but, I helped get, but, I wish again, and, also, Scott, quick question for you. Wondering, you know how to get DMRS? Just a quick question for you. Thank you. Back to net control. 80.
Well, Roland, I got the answer to the wallpaper question, but you're really not holding that repeater well enough. I urge you tonight, come into the tech net. If you have a question, maybe you can get into that repeater a little better, but you were just all broken up. But thank you for joining us, and have a good day. KJ5 GUI, Guy in Harvey, Louisiana. Good morning.
Morning, Scott. Good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew Net from Southeast Louisiana. In answer to the question, it's negatory on the wall stuff. So, anyway, send it back to you. Everybody have a great day, and as always, ladies in the bon temps roulette, KJ5 Golf Uniform Name.
All right, thank you, Guy. You have yourself a fine day. Next up, W3 CVE Chuck in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody on the Brew there. Put me down for yes, Scott. Not my favorite. Give me a bucket of paint and a roller. And have a great day. Back to you, W3 CVE.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you joining us, Chuck, and you have a great day. Next up, Jay, K1MCO in Orlando, Florida. Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody on the Brew Crew. This is K1MCO in Orlando. Jay, Scott put me down for no. Never done wallpaper before. I have seen them getting uninstalled but not installed, or have done it before. Have a great day, Scott, and for letting me check in. K1MCO.
Alrighty, Jay, you have yourself a great weekend, and thanks for joining us this morning. KQ4 EFY Tim in Columbia, South Carolina. Good morning.
This is KQ4 EFY Tim in Columbia, South Carolina. And yes, I've hung wallpaper and can't say that I like it. Back to net control.
Alrighty. Thank you, Tim. And I'm waiting for somebody to say, yes, I've hung it, and I just loved doing it. Hasn't happened yet here. W5, VEO, Doug in Lubbock, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning to all on the Brew Crew there from Lubbock, Texas. And I've helped hang it, and must have detested it so much helping that probably haven't done anything with it in 45 plus years. So I guess my answer is yes, but never again, hopefully.
Alrighty, Doug, you have yourself a good day. Alrighty, folks, this is W2BLT. Let me acknowledge some more text check-ins, and then we'll take general check-ins and run them both. We had NE2B, Charlie and Birdie down in Sun City Center. We got WD8, KOB, Rod, N5CHB Chuck, KD3ATQ Jim, and KF4BOG Michael. Who else do we have looking to join us this morning? Please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
This is Alpha Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile.
Kilo Charlie Zulu Papa Echo YZX Mobile.
Kilo 8 Uniform Fox Mike, K8 UFM.
Charlie Kilo Romeo 4 Echo X-Ray
Kilo Charlie 1 Whiskey Papa
Kilo Romeo 4 Echo X-Ray Victor. John, good morning.
Alpha 3
Kilo Quebec 4 Kilo L KQ4 KKH in and out.
Alrighty, let's hold it up there for just a moment here. We got a lot of doubling going on. Let me tell you who I got, and we'll see who we got to get. We had AA5JW James in the mobile. We had VE3TGN Tim, KD2CZX David in Bath. We had K8 UFM Rando, KR4EXB John. We had VA3 KTJ Jinsuk. We had a station ending in YUY. Could you come back with your call again? Was that KD2 YUY?
Affirmative.
KD2 YUY.
Alrighty, we got you. And then we had KI5WPX Elijah out in Cibolo, Texas. If I didn't call your call sign and you tried to get in, please come again twice and slowly.
Kilo Charlie 1 Whiskey Papa Echo. Kilo Charlie 1 Whiskey Papa Echo. KC5CZX. Kilo Charlie 5 Charlie Zulu X-Ray Mobile.
In and out. Kilo Romeo 4 Charlie X-Ray Romeo. Kilo Romeo 4 Charlie X-Ray Romeo mobile in and out.
KO4CLD KO4CLD.
Kilo Delta 6 Delta India Quebec. KD6 DIQ in and out.
Kilo Charlie 3 Lima Alpha Victor. Kilo Charlie 3 Lima Alpha
November 2 India Sierra Kilo.
This is Kilo Julia 5 Delta India Tango. This is Kilo Julia 5 Delta India Tango. This is Matthew from Arkadelphia, Arkansas.
This is Kilo Bravo 8 Papa Lima Victor. Kilo 8 Papa Lima Victor Chris in and out.
November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo.
November 5 Zulu Lima, November 5 Zulu Lima.
Yankee Bravo Sierra.
Alrighty, we better hold it up there for just a moment. Let me recognize from the top down. We had KC1WPE David, KC5CZX Daryl, KR4CXR Samuel, Fayetteville, North Carolina was in and out. Thanks for joining us this morning. We had KO4LD Micah, KD6DIQ Todd was in and out. We had KC3LAV Mike, N2ISK Bob, KF4 OUP, Byron. We had 2E0 LRV, Les. KJ5 DIT, Matthew. N8 ZFH, Gary. We had KB8 PLV, Chris up in Novi was in and out. We had N4 RAG, Roger in Fort Lauderdale. We had N5 ZL, Scott in Lakeway, Texas. And the last station there, ending in YBS. Could you come back with that call sign twice, please?
Alpha 3, Yankee Bravo Sierra, Victor Alpha 3, Yankee Bravo Sierra.
Alrighty, we got you, Bill. Alrighty, we better run this list before we get waylaid here. Let's go to the top of the list. Question of the day, have you ever hung wallpaper? Let's go to NA2B, Charlie and Birdie down in Sun City Center, Florida. Good morning, Charlie.
Well, good morning there, young fella. Sounding rather nice this morning here in Tampa Bay. It's actually a cool 75 this morning. Response to the question, Scott, the answer is yes. In my younger days, I did try to hang some wallpaper. I got to admit there was more to it than I thought, and it didn't turn out very pretty. And yes, I didn't end up hiring somebody who knew what they were doing to finish it. HI. Anyway, turning back to you. Thanks for what you do. Back N2B and A2B, back to that.
All right, Charlie, you and Birdie have a good day. WD8 KOB, Rod, Madison, West Virginia. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Ned, and good morning to everyone. 50 degrees here this morning in West Virginia. Man, I'm loving it. Anyway, to answer your question, I know nothing about wallpaper, and I'm too old to learn. Hey, have a great day, guys. Back to that. WD8 KOB.
Alrighty, Rod, you have yourself a good day. Thanks for joining us. N5 CHB, Chuck in Sugarland, Texas. Good morning.
Brew Crew, happy Tuesday. Welcome to a shortened week. Something we all could use. I've never hung wallpaper. But as my father used to say, that I'm often busier than a one-arm paper hanger. So anyway, have a great week, everyone. 73s, N5, CHB. Back to net control.
All righty, thank you, Jim. Appreciate you joining us. Or Chuck, I'm sorry. KD3ATQ, Jim in Easton, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the Brew Crew. No, never hung wallpaper. Never want to try. Back to you, Scott, KD3ATQ.
Alrighty, Jim, have a good day, and thanks for joining us. KF4, BOG, Michael in Huntsville, Alabama. Good morning.
KF4, BOG, Kilo, Foxtrot 4, Bravo, Oscar, Golf. Answer the question, nope, never hung wallpaper. And the weather has been kind of drizzly today. KF4, BOG, back to you.
Alrighty, thanks, Michael. Have yourself a fine day. AA5, JW, James in Spring, Texas. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Scott and Vicky. Thank y'all for running the net this morning. And good morning, Brew Crew. This is Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile, James in Spring. Starting my commute today, which is going to be a long one, going to Houston first and then headed to the airport, and my day will end in Denver. So it'll be a long day indeed, and hopefully I'll be able to join the Brew Crew tomorrow morning from Denver. I'm going to try to connect to my All-Star Net at home. We'll see if it works. To the question at hand, No, I have never hung wallpaper. I remember watching my father try as a child, and I learned a bunch of new curse words, and then he hired somebody else to finish the job, so I decided I would never hang wallpaper myself. With that, I'll say 7-3, hand it back to Ned. Everybody have a blessed day and stay safe out there. This is Alpha Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. We'll be monitoring.
Alrighty, thank you, Tim. Appreciate you joining us, and there are just some things that need to be hired out. VE3 DGN, Tim in Windsor, Ontario. Good morning, Tim. Have you ever hung wallpaper?
Good morning there, Scott. Becky. The answers are no, but I do have pictures of my family and my kids and my grandfather. My father's birthday was in World War II. And pictures, but never hung wallpaper. The answer is no one. Thanks for being there. The 3T back to the control.
All right, Tim, thanks for joining us, and have yourself a good day. Let's go to KD2CZX, David in Bath, New York. Good morning. Well, with nothing heard, let's go to KD2YUI, Charles in Syracuse. Good morning.
Good morning, sir, and good morning, everybody listening in on the Brew. Yes, have done wallpaper. It was a phase. And on a positive note, the marriage survived. 73L, back to net control, KD2YUI.
Well, I'm glad you came out unscathed, Charles. Have a great day. Let's go to K8UFM, Randall in Brownstown Township, Michigan. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicki, and good morning to everyone on frequency. That would be a no. Never was put in a position to actually try it, so no paper hanging for me. With that said, back to net control. This is K8UFM, and everyone have an outstanding day.
All right, thank you, Randall. Appreciate you joining us. This is W2BLT. Next up, KR4EXV, John, down in High Springs, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning. No. I've done a lot of things. I've laid tile, I've laid carpet, but I've never hung wallpaper. Yeah. Y'all have a great day. This is KR4EXV. Back to you.
Thank you, John, and have yourself a good day. KI5WPX, Elijah in Cibolo, Texas. Good morning. KI5WPX, Elijah, are you still with us? Moving right along, let's go to VA3, KTJ Jinsuk up in LaSalle, Ontario, Canada. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everyone in the deck. My answer is no. I have not hung wallpaper. Everyone have a great day. 7-3 to all. Back to net control. This is VA3 KTJ.
Already got you down as a no, Jinsuk. Have a great day. KC1 WPE, David in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the Brew crew.
Yes, I have. Didn't like it, so let's move on. 73. Kilo Charlie 1 Whiskey Papa Echo. Back to net control. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks for joining us, David. We appreciate it, and you have yourself a great day. Next up, Daryl, KC5CZX out in Lubbock, Texas. Morning, Daryl.
Well, good morning to everybody on the Brew. I was on the mobile, but I had time to make it home and turn on the small home repeater. And no, I have never hung wallpaper. So back to net, KC5CZX.
Alrighty, Daryl, have a good day and enjoy your sleep there today. Let's go to KO4CLD, Micah, in Tuscumbia, Alabama. I know you've done tile, but have you hung wallpaper? KO4CLD, are you with me, Micah? Well, moving right along, let's go to KC3LAV. Mike, down in beautiful Lidditz, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Mike.
And a beautiful good morning it is, Scott. Thank you very much. It is KC3LAV, Mike in Warwick Township, Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Beautiful, bright green landscape, bright sunny sky. Yes, sir, I was pressed into doing that project in the 60s with my dad, and I'm still trying to answer the question, why? Thank you very much. That was a memory brought back. KC3LAV, back to net. We're clear.
All right, thanks, Mike. Yeah, it might be green now, but pretty soon we're going to get into some colors, I think. Have a great day. Let's go to N2ISK, Bob in Woodbridge, New Jersey. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and crew. Yes, I have had the pleasure of putting up wallpaper on a few occasions, and all the pasting and booking and lining up patterns that you never think about before then. And that inevitably leads to the very important life lesson of what it's like to remove wallpaper. And that's something you really just don't want to have to do. So, anyway, you live and you learn. So, have a good day. And to ISK.
Alrighty, thanks, Bob. Appreciate you joining us this morning. Let's go to KF4OUP, Byron in Cape Coral, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone on the net, the Brew crew. This is KF4OUP. And for your answer, no, I have never put up wallpaper. I could imagine the mess it would make with the spray and everything. Back to net control, KF4OUP.
Alrighty, thank you, Byron. Have yourself a good day. Appreciate you joining us. Next up, a 2E0LRV, Les, over in Redditch, over in England. Good morning, Les.
Good morning, everybody on the Morning Brew. And as I say, I was going to say Happy Labour Day, but that was yesterday. So hopefully you all had a nice short week come ahead. I hung wallpaper twice, 45 years ago. And I decided that yes, it was so much easier to get a paint roller out and just paint the walls. Mind you, I don't need to now. I now have a son who runs his own painting and decorating business. So if I want some wallpaper pulling up, I'll give him a shout. I'll pay him to do it. Cheers, Liz, and back to net 20 LRP.
Well, I can tell you, Les, there's a lot of people making money off of hams doing wallpaper here lately. Have a good day. Appreciate you stopping by. Let's go to KJ5, DIT, Matthew in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Good morning.
Good morning. Done it twice. First time when I was very, very young, my mom couldn't put me to sleep. She put me on her lap. She says I finally went to sleep. When she woke up, I was painting the wallpaper and wallpapering the paint. That was the first one. The second one was with my wife, and no, I won't do it again. 73.
Alrighty, have a good day. Never thought this question would spur this kind of chatter this morning. This is W2BLT. Next up, N8ZFH, Gary, Woodhaven, Michigan. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicki, and the crew. Happy, beautiful Tuesday to everyone. And yes, I had to think about it, but I believe I was around 11 years old and helped my mother hang some wallpaper in my bedroom. Since then, my wife has done most of the wallpaper hanging. I've done most of the removal. And I actually have an antique wallpaper table in my radio room / office that I use for a workbench. Please check me in and out. N8ZFH, back to net.
All right. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate you joining us. Let's go to N4, RHE, Roger. Down in the home of the Florida State football team there. Did very well this weekend. Good morning, Roger.
W2BLT and the rest of the day to yourself, Scott and clever cousin Vicky. A very nice volume 20 newsletter. Thanks. November 4, Rumo Teleco. Yes, I believe it's number 3 or number 7. Yes, my sister and I did a bathroom, including a border to hide the mistakes. It came out nice. I have Scandinavian friends who work on the RCL and NCL cruise ships, going from ship to ship a week at a time, doing the maintenance. And I bought a $200 roll of textured Swedish wallpaper that you can paint. Never used it. November 4, Roger Hem Enthusiast. Go Knowles.
Alrighty. Thank you, Roger. Have yourself a good day. Let's go to N5, ZL, Scott in Lakeway, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. From November 5, Zulu Lima. I'm actually in Austin at the moment, mobiling around. I've had the misfortune of hanging wallpaper as a kid. We grew up on Lake Austin in a lake house that we built, and I have actually hung wallpaper in the same room 2 or so different times because, of course, that room needed to be re-wallpapered several times. The first couple of times was back in the day where you didn't have the glue on the back of the wallpaper, so we had to actually do the glue separately, and oh yeah, what a mess. But the kids, i.e. me, had a wonderful time because afterwards we would just go jump in the lake and wash off. Second time or third, whenever we had the glue on the paper, it wasn't as fun because other than the paper sticking to you and not the wall, it wasn't as fun afterwards. Anyway, it was a fun experience, and I still remember the old-timey wallpaper with the ads on it in black and white for like 1860s type of products. So it was pretty cool as a from November 5 Zulu, Austin, Texas.
All right, thank you for joining us this morning, Scott. Appreciate it. VA3 YBS Bill up in Dunnville, Ontario, Canada. Good morning.
And everybody else on the Brew crew. It's been years, but yes, I've had the privilege of hanging wallpaper, and I've also had the pleasure years later of taking that same wallpaper down when it was decided that we needed to change. VA3 YBS, back to net control.
All right, thanks, Bill. And I like how you said when we decided it needed to change. I know better. Okay, let me acknowledge some text check-ins here. We had KR4EMM Vince, KE2EDS Mark, KF4 ACB Terry, KI5 PMI Bill, N5 JOJ Bill, VE3 TCS Tim, KR4 CKC Bill, and N0 CKV Mark. Let's take some general check-ins and then we'll run them all. Please come with your call signs twice and slowly.
November 9 Echo, Tango, and on the good morning.
Mobile. Kilo 4, Delta India Yankee.
KJ5MEL, Kilo Juliet 5, Mike Echo Lima, Jose in Austin, Texas.
Kilo Delta 2, November Lima Mobile, KD2NL Mobile.
Charlie Mobile, in and out.
Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta.
OMH.
Kilo Delta 5, Zulu Papa Tango. Kilo Delta 5, Zulu Papa Tango. Echo Link Mobile, in and out, good morning.
Alrighty, let's hold it up there for just a moment. Let me recognize from the top down, we had N9 EHD, Doug in New Caney. We had W7 OMH, Mike in Wading River was in and out this morning. We had KK4 DIY, Gene in Homosassa. We had KJ5 MEL, Jose. KD2 NL, Chip in the mobile. We had KC3FGD, Ray. And a KD5 ZPT. In the mobile was in and out. We had a station in Foreland with a JC in it. If you have a JC in your call and we didn't acknowledge you, you said you were in and out, please come again.
4, Delta Charlie, Don in Huntsville, in and out, mobile.
KK7DY. KK7DY.
Alrighty, I got JK7DY, but there was a 4DJC. I need the prefix on that, 4DJC.
04, Delta Juliet Charlie, Don in Huntsville, mobile, in and out.
Alrighty, we got you that time, Don. You were quick keying just a little bit and cutting the first part of it off. And there was the last one we had here was JK7DY or something like that. Could you come back again with that call?
Kilo Delta Yankee.
Alrighty. righty, we got you Kilo 7, Delta Yankee, I believe it was. Let's go to the top of this list and run them. We had KR4 EMM. Good morning, Vince, and the question of the day is, have you ever hung wallpaper?
Tested it again. This is KR4 EMM, back to the net.
All righty, thank you, Vince. Appreciate you joining us, and we'll put you in the yes column. Have a great day. KE2 EDS, Mark, the host of the open mic night here on the East Coast Reflector out in Elma, New York. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Vicky and the rest of the crew, and great job, Vicky, on the latest edition of the magazine. The answer to me is yes, and I learned from the best, my dad. Have a great day, KE2 EDS.
Thanks for joining us, Mark. We appreciate it. KF4 ACB, Terry in Harrogate, Tennessee. Good morning.
Good morning. Almost asleep. I was halfway through my first cup of coffee here and about nodded out. Good morning. No, I've never hung any wallpaper. I don't believe in capital punishment.
All right, Terry. Have a good day. Appreciate you joining us. Who we got? KI5 PMI. Bill in Hobbs, New Mexico. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Scott, everybody on the group. No, never had the opportunity to hang wallpaper, and judging from some of the answers, I think I'll keep it that way. Hope everybody has a great day. KI5 PMI. Back to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Bill. Have yourself a great day. This is W2BLT. Next up, at 5, JOJ, Bill out in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Good morning.
Hey, top of the morning to you, Scott, and everybody on the Brew crew. Let's see, Tuesday morning here, a start of 65 degrees, so that's a good start. And we've kind of got a cool spell here in northeast Oklahoma, so we're taking advantage of it for sure. But anyhow, no, I never had the pleasure of hanging drywall. I had drywall on, or not drywall, wallpaper. I had wallpaper on some of my houses and stuff that was already there, but I didn't hang it myself. So there you go. Everyone have a super day today. Thanks for taking my check-in. Love the text line. N5JOJ, Northeast Oklahoma. Back to net control.
All right, thanks, Bill. Appreciate you joining us this morning. Let's go up north of the border to Windsor, Ontario, to VE3 TCS. Tim, good morning.
Hi, Vicky and everybody on the frequency here. Yeah, I've done some wallpapering. I learned how to plumb a straight line, get it all nice and square for the most showing wall by using a piece of fishing string with a split shot lead weight. And I had a real adventure one time. We had a 2-story house with this staircase that went way up. The people that had the place before had somebody wallpapered right to the ceiling, and it took me about 8-9 hours to strip the wallpaper with a steamer. It was horrible. So when I got that done, we just painted that, and I don't do wallpapering anymore, especially if it's any higher than 1 floor. Back to net.
All righty, thank you, Tim. Appreciate you joining us this morning. Let's go to KR4, CKC, Bill in the Villages in Florida. Good morning.
slightly cloudy this morning. A little bit of breeze, cooler temperatures, and a little drier. It's nice here today. My family do wallpapering. That was the only time I've ever done it.
Alrighty. Put you in the S column. You have a good day, Bill, and thanks for joining us. N0CKV, Mark in Plymouth, Minnesota. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, rest of the Brew crew. No, I have not hung wallpaper. Everybody have a nice week. N0CKV, back to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Mark. Oh, I better go down to KD2NL, Chip in a mobile in Cincinnati, New York. Good morning, Chip.
Good morning, Scott, Dickie, and the rest of the Brew crew. I'll say yes. I have wallpapered. Wallpapering is one of those exercises that by the time you get good at it, you don't have to do it anymore. So I'll say 73, you'll have a good day, and back to net. KD2NL Mobile.
Alrighty, thanks, Chip. I never mastered it. Have a good day. N9EHT, Doug down in New Caney, Texas. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. The only time I've been asked to participate is in the removal, so that makes me pretty much against doing any wallpapering at all. N9EHT, back to net.
All right, thanks, Doug. Have yourself a great day. Remind everybody of the question of the day. Have you ever hung wallpaper? KK4 DIY, Gene in Homosassa, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. This is KK4 DIY. And my answer is no. I've watched people wallpaper and seen the frustrations and decided I never needed to do that. So thanks a lot. KK4 DIY. Have a great day. 7-3.
You as well. Thanks for joining us. KJ5 MEL, Jose in Austin, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning to all the group. Thank you for doing the net. No, I haven't had that great opportunity, and I'm not looking forward to ever doing it. So it's no for me. And this is Jose in Austin, Texas. KJ5MEL. Good day. Back to the net.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We had K4DJC, Donald in Huntsville was in and out. Let's go to my buddy Ray, KC3FGD down in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Ray.
Hey, good morning, Scott, Vicky, everyone on the Brew. Yes, back in the mid-'60s, the XYL and I did a couple of rooms in our home. We not only did the walls, but we did the ceilings also, and what a challenge that was. I had to say a few choice words over all that work. So anyway, that's my story, and I'm probably heading up to the wood shop and over to the gardens. A lot of harvesting going on, especially those hot chili peppers, Carolina Reapers, and so forth and so on. Anyway, everyone have a great day. Back to you, Scott. 83FGD.
Thank you, Ray. Appreciate you joining us. KK7DY, Clark in Phoenix, Arizona. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew crew. It's good to be back after a 2-week hiatus. And no, I have never hung wallpaper. Back to the net. KK7DY.
Alrighty, thank you, Clark. Let me acknowledge these tech check-ins, and I'll take the first one. We had N5GI, N8HLN, KO6IXN, KC2JZE, KC2GRN, and right at the top of this list, W2AJR. Good morning, Andy, and the question of the day, have you ever hung wallpaper?
Good morning, Scott. Morning, everybody in the Brew Crew. Yep, I've hung lots of wallpaper recently too. It looks like it's making a comeback. My daughter bought a house a little while ago and wallpapered a couple of rooms in her house. So if you get the chance, go ahead and do it because I don't know. Like I said, maybe coming back rest of the day is work and then TechNet tonight, I guess. 7-3 all. We'll catch you later. W2AJR.
Well, Andy, if I ever need wallpapering done, I'll know who to call. Have a good day, Andy. Appreciate you joining us. That's going to do it for me, folks. Thanks to Vicki on the log this morning. That was a little bit of a challenge. We're going to turn it over to Al, K8BAC up in Britain, Michigan, and him and Vicki will take you out to the second hour. Everybody have a great day. This is W2BLT. It's all yours, Al.
Well, thank you, Scott. Good morning, everybody. This is Al, K8BAC, along with Vicki, K8BKY. Logging for me, keep me out of trouble. We're going to pick up where Scott left off. Go to KC2GRN, Joel in East Yaffank, New York. Good morning, Joel. Question of the day, have you ever hung wallpaper?
Good morning, Al, Vicki, and everybody on the Morning Brew. Thank you guys for doing the net, as always. KC2GRN here. Yeah, I had an opportunity a number of years ago when we moved into our house to put up wallpaper, and that was the only time we ever did it. It was a challenge, as always. Anyway, everybody have a great week coming up. KC2GRN, back to next.
All righty, thanks, Joel. Have a good morning. Let's jump over to KC2JZE, Bob in Hamburg, New York. Good morning, Bob.
Oh, good morning. As far as the question today, I've never hung wallpaper, and from what I understand, I'm very lucky I haven't. Everyone out there have a great day. KC2JZ, back to that.
All righty, thank you, Bob. Have a good Let's go to KO6IXN, Scott, over in East Vale, California. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Al and Vicki and everybody out on the Brew. Hope everyone had a great long weekend. I've never hung wallpaper before. KO6IXN, back to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Scott. I'm there too. I've never even tried it. I never wanted to try it, and hopefully I'll never have to try it. Let's go to N8HLN, Mike in Grosse Pointe Park, Michigan. Good morning, Mike.
Morning, Al, Vicki, and the crew. From the east side of Detroit here, where it's beautiful 58 degrees and clear skies. Answer to the question is no, I have not. Fortunately, my wife always realized how difficult it was to match up the patterns and such, and so we just hired a professional whenever we did it, which hasn't been very often. That's it. 33 to all. Back to the net. 8HLN.
Alrighty, thanks, Mike. And yeah, it is beauty out there this morning. It's nice and cool. It's going to be a beautiful day. Let's go to N5GI, Rick in the Villages in Florida. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew. Happy Tuesday. Beautiful day down here today, nice and cool. As for the question of the day, yes, I've had the distinct pleasure, or no pleasure, but actually remove wallpaper and hung wallpaper. Not looking forward to doing either ever again. Back to net. Have a good day, everybody. N5GI.
All righty, thank you, Rick. Have a great morning. Let's go to Bob over to Ecorse, Michigan, who's got an entire house of wallpaper. KQ8U. Good morning, Bob.
Morning, Alan, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. Just my bathroom's wallpaper, which I rendered assistance when it was put up 30 years ago. Not done it since, and it stripped the hallway. It was a mess. We wouldn't want to ever do none of it again. Have a great day. KQ8U, back to net.
All righty, Bob. Have a great morning, sir. Finally on this list, we got WA8CLG Doug in Homosassa, Florida. Good morning, Doug.
This is WA8CLG. Very good morning, everybody. And yes, I have done a little bit of wallpapering. Been many years ago, but I got a few sheets up on the wall, and my wife said, "Stop, I don't like that." And she called a friend of hers that had an eye for that sort of thing. She said, "Tear that down." So down it came. I washed the wall, and I've never tried it again, and don't expect to. Hope everybody had a good weekend and have a good one coming up. WA8CLG. Back to you, Al.
All right, thank you, Doug. Have a great week. All right, it takes us down to the bottom of the list. This is Al, KABAC, along with Vicky, KABKY. Let's take some mobile check-ins. Mobile check-ins at 6 after 8. If you're in the car or going somewhere, you're probably late for work, you might as well play on the radio. Mobile check-ins only. Come now with your call signs twice and slowly.
Whiskey 5, Delta, Bravo, Sierra. Whiskey 5, Delta, Bravo, Sierra.
Kilo, Quebec 4, Oscar, Romeo Kilo, KQ4, ORK in the mobile.
Golf Charles, Kilo Bravo 2, Whiskey Golf Charles mobile.
Charlie 2, Papa Echo Tango, KC2 PT, mobile.
Righty. Let's go up the list here, see who we got. KC2, PET, Ross, in Eldon, New York. KB2, WGC, Kevin, Homosassa, Florida. We got KQ4ORK, Barry, in Apopka, Florida. And W5, DBS, David, in Houston, Texas, all mobile. Let's go down the list. Reminder of the question of the day. Have you ever hung wallpaper? W5, DBS, David, in Houston, Texas, good morning.
Good morning to you and everybody else. Yes, as a small child in the 1940s, the late 1940s, I was a helper, if you can call it a helper, with my parents hanging wallpaper there in the house in Houston. So yes, I have helped, albeit it was many, many years ago. Enjoy it, guys, every morning. This is W5 DBS. Clear.
All righty, thank you, David. Have a great day. Let's go to KQ4ORK, Barry, in Apopka, Florida. Good morning, Barry.
Good morning to everybody on the Brew Crew on this Monday on a Tuesday. As a preteen, I hung a lot of wallpaper. My father just loved that stuff, and it taught me that I hate wallpaper. I'll do anything besides wallpaper, paint, paneling, doesn't matter. Staying away from wallpaper. Hope everybody has a great short week. Back to Net Control 73, KQ4, ORK in the mobile.
All righty, thank you, Barry. Safe travels out there, sir. Let's go to KB2WGC, Kevin, in Homosassa, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning to everybody on the Morning Brew. Hopefully everybody had a safe and wonderful Labor Day weekend. No, I never hung wallpaper. I saw my mother hang it,
ugly pattern, and I said, nah, this is not for me if I ever get a house. Thank God my wife didn't like wallpaper, and we had to take some down with our first house. And she says, that's a lot of work even just to take it down. It has to be worse even putting it up. Everybody have a good day and enjoy it. KB2WGC.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Have a great day. Let's go to KC2 PET Ross in Eldon, New York. Good morning, Ross. KC2 PET, are you out there? All right, we'll check a minute out. I see we got W2AJV Anthony in Atco, New Jersey, checking in via text. Let's go to him. W2AJV, have you ever hung wallpaper? Good morning, Anthony.
I never occasion to hang wallpaper and
Oh, you were kind of in and out, and I don't think we got your answer. One more time. Have you ever hung wallpaper? I think Vicky's got a no. Is that correct? Might be having trouble with his node. All right, well, that takes us down to the bottom of the list. Let's start a new one. General check-ins. Anyone, anywhere. Come now with your call signs. Twice and slow.
Whiskey Bravo 2, Golf London Whiskey 2. Whiskey Bravo 2, Golf London Whiskey.
Alpha 3 Echo Romeo Yankee VA3 RY mobile in and out 730.
DRT, DRT.
N2BH, N2BH.
8RWF, please check me in and out. Good morning, Al.
It's Victor. Whiskey 9, Alpha Julie, W9, SAM, in and out.
Juliet 5 and Delta X-Ray Bravo.
All right, let's hold it up right there. We had about 3 or 4 people all at the same time. See if we can make sense of this. I'm going to tell you who we got so far. We got WB2GLW Mike, Lake Ronkonkoma, New York. We had BA3RY Eduardo, LaSalle, Ontario, Canada. He was in and out. Good morning, Eduardo. We had KD5RRJ Dan, Kirbyville, Texas. N5DRT Kurt in Morton, Texas. Of course, we had N2BH Bill in Palmyra, New York. N8RWF Bill in Trenton, Michigan was in and out. Good morning, Bill. Have a good day, buddy. We had W9SAM Sam in Union, Ohio. And KJ5DXB Frank in Sugar Land, Texas. We also had a W2. Was that W2AJV trying to get back in? Is that who that was?
Two, Alpha Juliet Victor. Am I making it?
Yep, you're a little bit better now. But we only got a few syllables the first time, Anthony, so we got you up there. Was that a no response up there when I asked you the first time? Lastly, we also had KQ4 GKO John in New Bern, North Carolina. We had N1CBM Carlos, our aeronautical net controller in Hollywood, Florida, and K6AAN Mike in Valley Springs, California, checking in via text. Who else we got out there? Come now with the call signs, twice and slowly.
KJ5MNV. KJ5MNV.
VK4 Alpha Victor November. Victor Kilo 4 Alpha Victor November.
Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Romeo Foxtrot.
K4 PJM. K4 PJM. In and out.
November 8, Mike Juliet, November, and 8 MJN, mobile, in and out.
C2KHT, Kilo Charlie 2, Kilo Hotel Tango.
Oscar Foxtrot Romeo, Whiskey 2, Oscar Foxtrot Romeo.
K9 SHT, K9 SHT.
All right, that's a good place to hold it up right there. I'll tell you who we got. In addition, got K9SHT Bruce in Port St. Lucie, Florida. W2OFR Mark, Killingsworth, Connecticut. We have KC2KHT Henry in East Islip, New York. N8MJN Marson, he was in and out on his way to work, I'm sure. Good morning, Marson. Thanks for checking in. We had one call sign that was a KR4. A KR4 GIP. Is that a correct call sign? Come back with your call sign if you got one close to that.
K4 PJM. K4 PJM.
We got K4 PJN. Was that other call sign KR4 GIP? Was that River in New Bern, North Carolina?
Yes, that is correct.
All right, we got you, River. We heard you in that pile up there, so you came through loud and clear. And then we had 4G1 NYS Stephen in the Philippines, VA3 CRF Vern in Waterdown, Ontario, taking his walk, I'm assuming. VK4 AVN Allen in Australia, and KJ5MNB. Let's clear out any mobiles we have. Let's go to VA3 CRF Vern in Waterdown, Ontario. Good morning, Vern. Question of the day: have you ever hung wallpaper?
Good morning, Al and Vicki and everybody on the net. Thanks for picking me up. I'm for a walk. It's a cool 50, but looks like it's going to be a nice day. Back to school, back to work for everybody. Yes, in terms of the question of the day, I have unfortunately hung wallpaper. It is not fun. I do not ever want to do it again. Trying to match up the pattern and get it to stick on the wall is crazy. Anyway, thanks for doing it, Al. Hope everyone has a great day and a nice upcoming week. Take care. VA3 CRF 73.
All righty, thank you, Vern. You know, I have noticed that I haven't had a single person yet say, "Oh, I love hanging wallpaper." You just don't hear that. All right, let's jump up to the top. We had WB2GLW Mike in Lake Ronkonkoma, New York. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, everybody on that WB2GLW. Just put up a new node. Hope it sounds okay. And no, I have not done wallpaper. I don't think I want to, and I don't like painting either. So back to net. Nice to be back here. WB2GLW, Lake Ronkonkoma.
All right, Mike. Well, man, the node sounds good. There's a little bit of electric hum going on in the background. You might be a little close to something giving off some resonance there. But other than that, loud and clear. Whatever you did, you got it running right. Thanks for checking in this morning. Good to hear from you. KD5 RRJ Dan in Kirbyville, Texas. Good morning, Dan.
This is KD5RRJ. Good morning, sir, and the rest of the brew. Appreciate y'all being there. And yes, I have hung wallpaper quite a bit as a kid helping my parents, but even in recent years I've hung it. I don't necessarily like doing it while I'm doing it, but sometimes I do like the results. It can look good. So anyway, mark me down for a yes. Y'all have a good day. This is KD5RRJ. Back to net.
All righty, thank you, Dan. Have a great day. Let's go to N5 DRT Kurt in Morton, Texas. Good morning. N5 DRT, you with us? All righty, we'll check them in and out. Let's go to one of our facilitators, N2BH Bill in Palmyra, New York. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, everybody. I never have. Whenever my mother wanted to do it, she'd call one of her sisters. She was real good at it, so never had to do it. N2BH.
All righty, thank you, Bill. Have a good day, sir. Hopefully get out on that motorcycle. Let's go to W9 SAM, Sam in Union, Ohio. Good morning, Sam. W9 SAM, Sam in Union, Ohio. You with us? Alrighty, here nothing. Let's go down to KJ5DXB, Frank in Sugarland, Texas. Good morning, Frank.
KJ5DXB, good morning now. Vicky, everybody. Put me in the no category. Thanks for the check-in. Everybody have a great day. KJ5DXB, back to you, Al.
Alrighty, Frank. No, it is. Let's go down to KQ4GKO, John in New Bern, North Carolina, checking in via text. Good morning, John.
Yes, I have hung wallpaper, but surprisingly little since I've been a handyman for many years. Done it a couple of times. Not particularly good at it. Good when I'm done, but it takes me a long time to do, so maybe that's why I haven't done it that many times. Anyway, back to the net. This is KQ4GKO.
John, you know, I was thinking to myself, I probably have the talent to do it, but I don't know if I've got the patience. So paint it is. Thanks for checking in this morning. Let's go to N1CBM, Carlos in Hollywood, Florida, our aeronautical net controller. Good morning, Carlos.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, and everybody else. This is a short Monday, Tuesday on a short week after the Labor Day weekend. I hope everyone had a great long weekend. And I unfortunately live in the yes category for this question. Like 45 years ago, I got enlisted by my grandfather, like General talks to his soldiers. I didn't have any option of saying no. And he started the project that my mom wanted in the guest bathroom of installing straw wallpaper. Yes, the straw wallpaper. And I tell you, that experience was enough for me to say no to the next projects or the future projects. I'll even declare myself brain dead before someone gets me to install one of those dreaded things again. That's it for now. Back to you, Al, in 1CBM. I hope everyone have a great Tuesday morning.
All right, thanks, Carlos. Yeah, it seems to be the general consensus. After you do it once, you never want to do it again. All right, thanks for checking in this morning. Let's go to K6AAN, Mike, Valley Springs, California. Good morning, Mike.
And good morning now, everybody on the Brew crew. That's a big negative for me with the wallpaper. Definitely got all painted walls in this house, and it will stay that way. I'm like Carlos. I don't think I would get within 100 miles of some wallpaper project these days. Anyway, you guys all have a great day out there. This is KAN. Back to you, Al.
All right, thank you, Mike. Yeah, the closest I've ever come is putting that shelf paper stuff in when my wife can't reach the top shelf. So that's the closest I'm ever getting to it. Let's go to KJ5, MNV, Bernard in Gretna, Louisiana. Good morning.
Good morning, KJ5, MNV, Bernie from Greater New Orleans area. I've had plenty of occasion to hang wallpaper. And, at times it can be somewhat therapeutic, actually. But the problem comes in is when friends and family and everybody else finds out that you can hang wallpaper. Yeah, I don't need that much therapy. Have a great day, y'all. KJ5, MNV. Have a great day.
All righty, thank you, Bernie. Yeah, it's like working on cars. Never admit to your family that you can work on cars, ever. All right, let's go down to VK4ABN, Alan in Australia. Good morning, Alan.
Good morning, Al. Good morning, Vicky. The answer would be no, and I think you need to be a little bit soft in the head if you enjoy it. Not to that last person, though. If you enjoy it, good luck, but no, not me, mate. That is for sure. From VK4AVN.
All righty, thank you, Alan. Have a great day. Let's go to 4G1 NYS, Stephen in the Philippines. Good morning, Stephen.
To Al, good evening from here in the Philippines. My answer to the question is on wallpaper thing. 3 hours.
All right, Stephen, you were breaking up quite a bit there, but I caught a no out of that. So you have a good evening. Enjoy. We'll see you back here again. Let's go to KR4GIP River in New Bern, North Carolina. Good morning, River. KR4GIP River, you with us this morning? She might have got herself busy, but she's one of our youth net controllers. And thank you for checking in this morning, River. Let's go to N8MJN, Marson in Sterling Heights. Marson, you were in and out, weren't you? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Marson was in and out. He was on his way to work. Let's go to KC2KHT, Henry, East Islip, New York. Good morning, Henry. KC2KHT, Henry, are you with us this morning?
This is KC2KHT. Yeah, my radio my radio is starting to go on me. It automatically switches into scan mode, so I lost you. But anyway, this is KC2KHT, Long Island, New York, and I'm going to say no. The times that I've had to hang wallpaper, my wife and sister-in-law did it. But recently I hung that new stuff, which is wallpaper on a a very thin piece of plywood, so it's like hanging plywood, hanging paneling. And I just recently did that, so I don't think that qualifies as a question, so I'm going to say the answer is no. KC2KHD, back to net.
I wouldn't mind doing that paneling stuff myself. I've seen that a few times. There's a few places in the house we could do that. All right, thanks for checking in this morning, Henry. Have a good day. Let's go to W2OFR, Mark, North Connecticut. Good morning, Mark. W2OFR, Mark, you with us this morning? Yeah, unfortunately, Mark, all we heard was static on that, and your voice was way, way, way down in the noise floor, but we'll get you in and out this morning. Thanks for checking in. Let's jump down to K9 SHT Bruce in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Good morning, Bruce.
Good day, everybody in the net. This is K9 SHT. Put me in the no category. The closest I ever been is I spent 16 and a half years unloading trucks for the Home Depot. I remember a little tiny section of wallpapering things that you need with glues and different plastic tools and a lot of different types of wallpaper removal. And when I left after 16 and a half years, the only thing was there was the chemicals to take the wallpaper off. So that tells you how much I've dealt with it. Back to net control, K9 SHT.
All righty, Bruce. Have a good day. That's about as close as you'd ever want to come. We got a whole bunch of text check-ins and miscellaneous here. Let's go up the list. I'll tell you who we got. We got one of our facilitators, W2PUT, Dan in Milan, Michigan. We got W8ROY, Roy, Livonia, Michigan. We got KF8DJQ, Kevin in Bowling Green, Ohio. There's looks like a J0EF. For some reason, QRZ wasn't grabbing that. I don't know what's up with that. Who do we leave off with? N3DQD Ray, Beaver, Pennsylvania. WT2EM Chuck in Lancaster, New York. K4PJN Philip, Williamsburg, Virginia. KD3AJN Anna in Beaver, Pennsylvania. At the top of this list, WB2JPQ, the godfather of the East Coast Reflector. Good morning, Dick.
Yes, I've done a lot of wallpaper in my day. It's not the most enjoyable thing, but I think the trick is, Al, you need the proper tools. You can't go to the kitchen drawer and get out a pair of shears, but you need the board. Somebody said earlier they're using a wallpaper board for a workbench, and you need the board. But years back, you used to need the cutting tool because you still could, but a long way. But you need the tools. So I've done a lot to answer the question. As was mentioned, the edition 20 of the magazine is out. Another beautiful job, Vicki. Thank you very much. And as always, if you're not getting it and you think you should be getting it, let us know, or you can subscribe yourself with our bit.ly address, bit.ly/ and the word subscribe, or just let us know here and we will get you subscribed. Like Scott mentioned, TechNet tonight, we're no longer doing call districts. We encourage the text check-in, so you can really check in anytime after the morning brew. I don't encourage people to start at 10 o'clock in the morning, but you can check in anytime you want on the text line for tonight. I guess that's it from here, Al. Have a good day, everybody. This is WB2JPQ.
All righty, Dick. You have a great morning, sir. Good to hear from you. Let's check in on KD3AJN, Anna in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning, Al and Vicki and the crew in there this morning. Well, I'm calling from Horseheads, New York this morning, visiting up here. And no, I've never done wallpaper and don't care to. Everyone have a great day. KD3 AJS.
All righty, thank you, Anna. Yeah, I think Dick may be right, or the right tools are what you got to have. I know I've done my share of drywalling, and I got all the right tools for it, and I love doing drywalling except for the sanding. That's the part I hate the most. So I hire somebody to do that. Let's go to K4PJN, Philip, Williamsburg, Virginia. Good morning, Philip. K4PJN, Philip in Williamsburg, Virginia. Are you with us this morning? Yeah, hearing nothing. Let's jump over to W2EM, Chuck in Lancaster, New York. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, Al, Vicki, Dick, and the rest of the Brew crew. Over the years, well, way back, I haven't done it in a long time, but I've done my fair share of hanging wallpaper. I'm not bad at it. I'm pretty good at it. My wife is pretty good at it, but we cannot hang wallpaper together because we have two completely different methods of doing it. We both come out okay, but not together. It's like oil and water. So haven't done that in quite a while. So back to net, W2EM.
All righty, two separate rooms it is. I understand. Thanks, Chuck. Have a great day. Let's go to N3 DQD, Ray in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Ray.
Yeah, good morning, Al, Vicki, Dick, everybody else in there this morning. We are in Horseheads, as Anna has said, and no, I have not hung wallpaper. I do not intend to hang wallpaper, and if I were to attempt to hang wallpaper, it would look like an unmade bed. Back to net. This is N3DQD.
All righty, thank you, Ray. I have a feeling I'd be the same way. Thanks, Ron. You two have a good visit over there in New York. Let's go to KF8 DJQ, Kevin in Bowling Green, Ohio. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Al. Good morning, Vicki. Everybody on the net. That would be a no for me. The wifey has done it and agrees 100% with Dick that yes, the right tools are the key. With that, back to you. Everybody have a good day. KF8 DJQ, back to net.
All righty, thank you, Kevin. Have a great day. Let's say AJ0EF, Joe, West Seneca, New York. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Al, Vicki, and the rest of the Brew crew. AJ0EF coming in via the YSF bridge. I have watched wallpaper being hung, but I spend more of my time just taking it down. And for taking it down, you need the right tools as well. With that, I'll turn it back to net control. This is AJ0EF 73.
All right, thank you, Joe. Have a great day. Let's go down to W8ROY, Roy in Livonia. Good morning, Roy.
Well, good morning, everyone on the Morning Brew. Yeah, I can remember hanging a lot of wallpaper with the parents and the grandparents. If the wallpaper had patterns, oh my gosh, everyone had an opinion on how you're going to match the pattern. That's about it. What is it, 67 and here in Motor City. Everybody have a great Tuesday. W8ROY back.
All righty, thank you, Roy. Have a great day. Let's go to one of our facilitators, Dan in Milan, Michigan, W2PUT. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, Al. I have assisted the missus with wallpaper before. I've never done it solo. And honestly, I'm more the step and fetch, so I don't really would consider that whether I have or haven't. But I've helped with it. Looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day here. Let's try and squeeze in a little more outdoor work that I didn't get done over the weekend between the conference calls and stuff this morning. Back to you, Al. W2PUT.
Alrighty, thank you, Dan. Yeah, unfortunately, I've got to get myself in gear and be at work before noon. I've got to do job interviews today, see if we can get a replacement mechanic. So, not going to be able to enjoy too much of this morning, unfortunately, but it is a beauty out there. Let's go to KR4CAI, Larry in Castleberry, Florida. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning. Simple question, simple answer. No, I've never hung wallpaper because of the complications. Two kinds of complications, really. One is just the sheer effort you have to go through to successfully hang wallpaper. Secondly, when there's a pattern on the wall, it makes decoration a little difficult. You have a pattern, now that's going to affect the furniture and other things that you choose. So I like simplicity, so no.
Alrighty, we got you as a no. You can throw the entire feng shui right out of the room with wallpaper. Got it. Okay. Let's go to AD2KP, Stephen in Brooklyn, New York. Good morning, Stephen.
And everybody on the Brew crew. It's been a very long time, but yes, I hung wallpaper many, many years ago, so yes for me. Hope everyone has a great day. This is 82KP, back to net control.
Alrighty, thank you, Stephen. Have a great day. I'm going to keep going right down these text check-ins. We got K5YNU, Florin in Conroe, Texas. Good morning, Florin.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, everyone on the Morning Brew crew. I hope everyone enjoyed the weekend. And the answer is yes. Working on the hospitality industry, I deal with it very, like almost every week. But you have to have the right tools, like Vic said, and also follow the right steps. Back to the net control, everyone. Have a blessed week ahead. K5YNU Mobile.
Alrighty, thank you, Florin. Have a great day. Let's go to KJ4LXJ Rex, Crystal River, Florida. Good morning, Rex.
Good morning to you and the rest of the Brew crew out there. No, I have never hung wallpaper. I used to watch my mother and my aunt do it in the old farmhouse, but I think I was too young to help. You guys have a wonderful day. KJ4LXJ, back to the net.
Alrighty, thank you, Rex. Have a great morning. Let's go to KJ5IQN, Neil, Houston, Texas. Good morning, Neil.
Good morning, KJ5IQN. That's a negative on the wallpaper. Back to net control.
Alrighty, thank you, Neil. Thanks for checking in this morning. Finally on this list, we have W8, WHK, Bill in North Fort Myers, Florida. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning from Southwest Florida. Sunny day, as it usually is. Our first house, when we got married, we got the house in the 1970s. It was all, the whole inside of the house was wallpapered. And so we had to take it off the walls, off the ceiling. Unbelievable where people were putting wallpaper. And then we did the whole house in wallpaper. And that was the first time and last time that I did anything with wallpaper. A lot of work. But it looked pretty good when we were done. Okay, back to you, 7-3s. Hope everybody had a good holiday. This is W8WHK.
Alrighty, righty, thank you, Bill. Have a great day. I see more text check-ins, but let's take some general check-ins. This is Al, K8BAC, along with Vicky, K8BKY, logging for me, keep me out of trouble. Let's take general check-ins. General check-ins, come to your call signs twice and slowly.
Sierra Oscar Golf, KW4 SOG, Mike in Huntsville, Alabama.
PRN.
C2CMT,
Kilo 4, November Hotel Victor, K4, NHV, Nick in Sebring, Florida.
KO4 CLD, KO4 CLD.
Kilo Mobile.
N9 ZSA, N9 ZSA. ZSA.
Delta Whiskey 3, Hotel Lima, India. Delta Whiskey 3, Hotel Lima, India.
Charlie Papa Oscar, Kilo Charlie 5, Charlie Papa Oscar Mobile.
Kilo Delta 4, India Papa.
Kilo Alpha 1, Delta Mike Alpha, KA1, DMA, Mobile, in and out.
Answer on Earthlink, or Echo Link rather.
All right, let's hold it up right there for a minute. We had a little pile up there. Let's see if we can figure all of this stuff out. I think the last ones we had were KM4 CTB Donnie, Jacksonville Beach, Florida. KC2JPQ Frank in Lancaster, New York. We had a call sign, looked like it was something with a SY, Sierra Yankee. If that's in your call sign, come back with your call sign, please. Nothing. We had a KA1 DMA, Dave, Grand Isle, Vermont. We had another one that we were unsure of, a KD4, sounded like maybe DRP. Is that correct?
QIP, Quebec, India, Papa.
Quebec, India, Papa Station. Come back with your call sign one more time if you would.
Kilo Delta 4, Quebec, India, Papa. KD4.
All right, Bart, we got you. KD4 QIP, we got you. We got KC5, CPO Dave, Burleson, Texas. DW3 HLI, Henry in the Philippines. N9 ZSA Perry, South Pasadena, Florida. We got N2 VLK Jeff in Lancaster, New York. He's mobile. We'll be right back with you there, Jeff. Got KO4 CLD Micah, Tuscumbia, Alabama. K4H or NHB Nick, Sabring, Florida. K2 CMT Mike in DeBerry, Florida, one of our facilitators. W6BRN Santa Monica, California. KW4 SOG Mike, Huntsville, Alabama. We got W2 KDC Dennis, Hinsville, New York, and at the top of the list KY4NB Scott, Memphis, Tennessee. Let's get this mobile out of the way. N2 VLK Jeff in Lancaster. Question of the day: have you ever hung wallpaper? Good morning, Jeff.
It's a beautiful day here today. I'm checking in from Chautauqua Lake, southwestern New York. And to answer your question this morning, I would have to say no. I have no patience for wallpaper or painting. And that's something I just hire out, or I did hire out years ago. And with that, I'll turn it back to you, and I'll say 7-3. I'll be on the side listening. N2 VLK Mobile.
All righty, thank you, Jeff. Have a great day. I'm about at that point, too, sir. Let's jump up to KY4NB, Scott, Memphis, Tennessee. Good morning, Mr. Scott.
Well, good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew, and Brother Randall, if he's listening this, in
to Elvis and Barbecues. Yes, I think many years ago at my mother's house, I remember having wallpaper there. It may have been that we took the wallpaper down and she had wall painted, if I remember correctly. At our house, no, it's just paint except for the bathroom, and my wife did take the wallpaper down, so we got to do something in there. Hi. Back to net. Thanks for everything behind the scenes. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Taco Tuesday.
All righty, thank you, Scott. Have a good morning, sir. Let's go to W2KDC Dennis in Dansville, New York. Good morning, Dennis.
Good morning, Al and Vicky and everyone on the Brew. Yes, I have hung wallpaper. Been 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, when we moved into this house, wife had to have wallpaper up in a couple rooms, and a couple rooms had to be painted. I don't paint. I did wallpaper. I wouldn't do wallpaper anymore if you paid me. That's somebody else's work now. So that's my story for today. W2KDC. Back to you, Al.
All right, thank you, Dennis. Have a good day. Let's go to KW4OG Mike in Huntsville, Alabama. Good morning, Mike.
Port 2, link is on.
Question is, yes, I tried it once in an RV, and it was probably the ugliest thing you would have ever seen, so it peeled back off and I painted it. KW4SOG, back to the net, 73, everybody.
All right, thank you, Mike. Have a great day. Let's go to W6BRN, Bruce, Santa Monica, California. Good morning, Bruce. W6BRN, are you with us this morning, Bruce? All right, hear nothing. Let's go to one of our facilitators, Mike, down in DeBerry, Florida, K2CMT. Good morning, Mike.
Morning, Al, and Miss Vicky, and Scott. Yes, I've done wallpapering, and when I was extremely good at it. I was so good I didn't do a whole lot of it. Everyone have a great week. This is K2CMT.
Well, if you did it once and it came out perfect, why try to build on that, right? All right, Mike, have a good day. Thank you, sir. Let's go to K4NHB, Nick, Sabring, Florida. Good morning, Nick.
Well, good morning to everyone here on the net. No, I've never installed wallpaper. However, I have ripped plenty down. Everybody have a great day. K4NHB.
All righty, thank you, Nick. Have a great day yourself. Let's go to KO4CLD, Micah, Tuscumbia, Alabama. Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry, this is a double check for me. I missed my last one. No, I have never actually hung wallpaper. Still not awake, apparently. I have not hung wallpaper. I have taken a multitudinous of wallpaper down, and for some reason when you take wallpaper down, that makes people think that you are qualified to put it up. So I have had many people ask me to try to hang wallpaper over the years when I'm doing tile work. They're like, yeah, no, you're here, might as well. And I always wiggle my way out of it because it is extremely hard, and I'm a perfectionist, and most of the time they want me to hang wallpaper that has patterns that have to be lined up. So absolutely not. This is KO4CLD, back to net. Thank you so much. All
righty, Mike. That sounds sounds like a good way to live. Just excuse yourself from it and say no thank you. Have a great day. Let's go to N9 ZSA Perry in South Pasadena, Florida. Good morning, Perry.
Good morning to the net. Yes, I have hung wallpaper. Got pretty good at it. Problem is, I used to always have to pop back in to see if it fell down. 73 is to all of you on the net.
Yeah, that's what they make duct tape for. All right, thanks, Perry. Have a great day. Let's jump down to DW3HLI, Henry in the Philippines. Good morning, Henry.
Yes, sir. Likewise, good morning. Negative, I have not experienced hanging wallpaper. This is Delta Whiskey 3 from the Philippines. Good evening. Back to you, Control.
All right, thank you, Henry. Have a good evening, sir. Enjoy it. Let's go to KC5, CPO Dave in Burleson, Texas. Good morning, Dave.
Well, good morning to everybody on the Brew crew. Short answer is no, never hung wallpaper. No desire to do so. Everyone have a great week. 7-3, KC5 CPO. Back to you.
All righty, thank you, Dave. Have a good day. Yep, if you don't start, you don't have to stop. That's a good philosophy. Let's go to K4QIP, Bart in Huntsville, Alabama. From Bart.
Good morning to everyone on the net. Hope everyone had a good holiday. I grew up with a mother who did it quite often, so while I won't go as far as to say I love it, I honestly don't mind it. I've taken it down and put it up many times, and just a process to me, I guess. I don't much care for it, but it doesn't bother me too much.
All right, thank you, Bart. Have a good day. We got you down for a yes. Let's go to KA1DMA, Dave, Grand Isle, Vermont. Good morning, Dave. KA1DMA, Dave, in Grand Isle, Vermont. You with me? Morning? All right, hearing nothing. Let's jump down to Frank in Lancaster, KC2JPQ. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Al and Vicky and everybody listening to the Brew. Short answer is no, and no desire to even try that. That seems too difficult for me. And not much going on, so I'm just going to say 7-3s. Everybody have a great day. JPQ.
All right, thank you, Frank. Have a great day yourself, sir. To the KM4 CTB, Donnie, Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Good morning, Donnie.
Well, good morning, Al, Vicky, even old Mike and Scott. KM4 CTB, Donnie in Jacksonville Beach. Yeah, about 34 years ago, we built the house that we're in now, and my wife decided she wanted some wallpaper borders in the kids' rooms. So I learned my lesson back then, and I won't do wallpaper anymore. I'll put that right up there with sponge painting, Al. Thanks for doing the net. KM4 CTB, back to net.
All right, thank you, Donnie. Nope, never tried that either. No interest in that. Have a good day. Let's go to WB1DXN, Daryl, Epsom, New Hampshire. Good morning, Daryl.
Ian Allen and the rest of the Brew crew. I guess I did a little bit of wallpapering decades ago, and was not enjoyable. Then in a few years after that, I had to take it down, and that's a real miserable job because you still got a rough surface. But my second wife that I had in 2019, I met her and married her. Her house, and she did that in around year 2001, she did some wallpaper in that house. She did a lot of wallpapering, and it would be, for me anyway, it was hard to find any areas that were not good. There was a couple of little places where the paper lifted, but every place else you looked at it, it didn't matter if it was in a corner or whatever. Patterns were matched, and in a corner, whatever was at the bottom, that went straight up. So she did a tremendous job there. So anyway, that's my story, and stick into it and keep safe out there. Situational awareness, always be aware of your surroundings, and always be prepared for that one thing that so you can jump out of the way. Back to net control, WB1XN.
All righty, thank you, Daryl. Have a great morning. And with that, we wind up this edition of the Morning Brew Net. This is Al, KABAC, along with Vicky, KABKY, Scott, W2BLT, and everybody else behind the scenes. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in this morning, being a part of the Morning Brew. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We now return the East Coast Reflector to its normal amateur radio use. 73s, everybody.
As usual on the net, much appreciate y'all's work. KJ5, MNV, Bernie, and Gretna, Louisiana. Have a great day. Good job.